welcome to my channel, where I'm running a series on herbs, their uses medicinally and also spiritually and magically. Um, Today, the herb that we're going to be talking about is the common rue. And before I start, I just want to make sure that everyone, I just want a quick disclaimer to let you know that if you're thinking about using any herbs, that not all herbs are safe for everyone. So you should consult with your healthcare practitioner to ensure that the herb that you're thinking about using will not interact with any medical condition nor any other medications that you are taking. Okay, so with that said, common rue, known as Ruta ruda or Ruta graveolens, is also known as herbe à la belle fille in French. Okay, it's considered in folklore. It's considered the herb of grace, native to the Balkans and the Mediterranean, and also used in England at some point. Rue was widely used for medicinal purposes in the past, and usage declined due to its toxicity and bitter taste. Um, if you're thinking of using this herb, you should use organic and herbicide-free products. It does come in tea. It is used. It grows above ground, so the parts that grow above the ground are what's used to make medicine. Don't confuse it with goat's rue or meadow rue. These are completely different herbs. In foods and beverages, in food and beverage amount, it's considered safe to use, right? In food amounts. So in food and beverages, rue is used. The rue and its oil are used for flavoring, and in manufacturing, rue oil is used in cosmetics and soaps. It's used as a fragrance, and it's also used because of its antifungal and antioxidant properties that helps to clear the skin. Um, Although it can be applied directly to skin to treat arthritis, sprains, dislocations, swollen skin, toothaches, headaches, and as an insect repellent directly on the skin. But be aware that when you apply this directly to your skin, that it does cause sun sensitivity, so you'll be more likely to sunburn. So this is something to be cautious of. Rue, interestingly enough, is also known as an antidote to poison, and specifically to neurotoxins. So it's effective on neurotoxins, and mostly used for snakes and insects that contain neurotoxin. There's insufficient evidence to rate effectiveness on its other medicinal uses. And as I mentioned, rue is toxic, and there no there's no guidelines for dosing. So you should definitely consult a physician if you're thinking about using this for medicinal purposes. Um, it's been used in the past for treatments like fever, hemorrhage, hepatitis, water retention, intestinal worms, bacteria, fungus, warts, um, headaches, Bell's palsy, breathing problems, sprains, lice, and more. Um, and in the past, because rue can cause a spontaneous abortion. It's been used for abortion, but because of the lack of knowledge of how much is safe, many have died using it for this purpose. So it's not recommended. Um, it's really unsafe to be used if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, um, you don't have any kidney, urinary tract, liver problems, or stomach or intestinal disorders, because you have to be able to metabolize it, and you don't want toxin levels to grow in your body. Like you don't want the toxicity to be accentuated because you cannot excrete the byproducts. So the appropriate dose of rue depends on several factors, such as user's age, health, and several other conditions. So you can see why it would be difficult to assign a specific dose to a blanket dose to just everyone. Um, at this time, there is no specific appropriate method to decide what a range of good dosing and safe dosing would be. So if you are ingesting it, I mean, even in tea and mouth, just in teas, just follow the product labeling. And so the next use for rue is it's been used for magical and spiritual purposes. So, and folk name, as I mentioned, one of the names is herb of grace, and some of the other names are mother of herb, ruta, witchbane, and garden rue. The rue is an evergreen shrub that grows to 2 to 3 feet tall, and it bears small, like button-like yellow flowers on it, and it has a smooth leaf, deeply divided, and has a greenish blue color. Therefore, being which is why it's considered an evergreen. And it's magic in magic. It's often used to break hexes and hex breaking, for warding off the evil eye. It's used for protection against magic and increases one's psychic ability, or psychic powers. It even has been used in some very old love spells. In the language of flowers, it signifies grace, clear vision, virtue, atonement, and fresh starts. Rue is a popular herb within the Italian traditional, which is the strega. So you can see why, like, based on the language of the flower, why, with it signifying grace, clear vision, and virtue, why it might be incorporated into some spiritual practices. And I've even read that if you make a wreath, so if you're making a homemade wreath, and you buy the materials, that you can wrap the dry herbs around the wreath, the dry root around the wreath, and place it on a door or an entryway to your home, and it will help with to provide protection against the evil eye in your home. So so thank you for joining me today. That's all I have about rue. If you have any additional information that I haven't mentioned, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you have any herbs that you'd like to hear about, also put those in the comments, and maybe you'll be seeing them in my next video. Hit the subscribe and notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video, and hit the like button if this video was interesting to you. So until next time, everyone, have a blessed day.